Welcome to Weedsday Wednesday, Tucson, Arizona's #1 on radio podcast about all things medical cannabis. Your host, Belle,
and the Cannabis Kids. Our show features news, interviews, and all the latest information about anything and everything medical cannabis related to Tucson, Arizona, and the world at large.
We'd love to hear from you. Please give us a call live at 646-915-8421. Like us on Facebook, follow us on all social media, or email me862tucson@gmail.com.
We'd like to thank Cannabis Health Center and Studio C, along with our many sponsors for hosting our show every week. With the lowest price certifications in town, you'll find hemp products, accessories, and all things related to medical cannabis education.
Visit Cannabis Health Center at 4826 East Broadway Boulevard or online at cannabishealthcenter.com. And remember,
Be smart
be safe
and
All right, welcome to Weedsday Wednesday, everybody. How's it going? July 15th. We are going to have a substitute teacher today. You're going to like it. Woo! Yes, little bears. 86 degrees already. Supposed to get up to 97 today. And I know there's some of you out there that are wondering the big question of the day. How many days until Christmas? 163 days until Christmas and 164 until it's over. Wow, that's coming up quick. Holy crap, that's fast. You know it's coming up even better. Woo! Halloween. Yes. All right. Welcome to Weedsday Wednesday, everybody. Belle Star here. Cannabis kids out there. I know you're out there somewhere. And we want to actually give a huge shout out to Tuna and Charlie. Silver Sister 90Y. Bless these animals. Whew. All right. Like I said, we are going to have a substitute teacher today because I'm exhausted due to Charlie. And that's just it. That's why. That's it. Too much going on. Way too much going on. But let's see here. Oh, no. We can't get out there right now. Actually, what we're going to do is play our commercial.
if you suffer from one of these medical conditions and have been diagnosed by an Arizona licensed Cannabis Health Center is Arizona's premier cannabis certification, health and education center. Our primary focus is to help the patients of Arizona obtain their medical marijuana card and educate everyone about medical cannabis. With current medical records, approval is a simple process. Contact Cannabis Health Center to see if you qualify for your Arizona medical marijuana card.
Are chronic conditions holding you back from a happy, healthy life? Get on the right track with Tumbleweeds Health Center. Our CBD products are formulated to fit your health lifestyle.
I would definitely say that CBD has changed my life. I mean, I don't worry about my dog anymore, and I don't worry about sleeping anymore.
Tumbleweeds Health Center, voted #1 health center in Tucson, has created a proprietary number of CBD blends, each designed to promote health and well-being. Let Tumbleweeds Health Center show you how CBD products might help you improve your life the natural way.
Oh, I did that backwards. That's all right. Backwards is fine. Yeah, get on over to tumbleweedshealthcenter.com. Check out our certification section. You can see all the ailments you're qualified for: PTSD, cancer, glaucoma, AIDS, chronic pain, severe nausea, seizures, including epilepsy, HIV, Hep C, ALS, Crohn's disease, agitation of Alzheimer's disease, cachexia or wasting syndrome, severe and persistent muscle spasms, including multiple sclerosis. And don't worry if you didn't hear your condition. We still can, we can still get you your medical cannabis card. If whatever you're doing for the treatment for your condition causes any of these things, we can get your card. So don't worry. All right, we are busting right into some funny stuff here. I thought, because I love comedy, and who doesn't love weed comedy, right? So here we go. It's called When Should I Blink? It's comedians on weed. Stand-up, Comedy Central stand-up. Here we go. Yes.
If you're not familiar with taking an edible, it's pretty simple. You ingest the edible and then you wait, anywhere from like an hour and a half to the rest of your life for your most toxic memories to just like drop kick you in the back of your throat. And then you're on like a sweet little roller coaster ride of like your most present anxieties, all the worst things you've ever done to the people who loved you the most. Yeah.
When you don't smoke weed for a little bit, like it's crazy, like you have feelings. Like something will happen, and I'll be like, hey, I don't want that. As opposed to like 7 years of just being like, it is what it is. Swag, whatever. I think I smoke weed subconsciously, like I don't even know I'm doing it. I'm serious. Like, I think I smoke weed, so, like, if I fail, in my head, I'll be like, well, I was high, so what did you expect? You know what I mean? But if I accomplish something, I'll be like, and I was fucking high! Woo! So it's like this, I always win in my head.
Does anybody here smoke weed? Well, in California, it is really easy to get your medical marijuana card. I just got mine. For insomnia and depression. I didn't know you weren't supposed to put real things. So. You can basically have any ailment and qualify for your weed card. So we wrote a song about how easy it is. Everyone knows marijuana is dangerous. The medical pot is really strong. That's why it's so hard in California to get your weed card unless something's very wrong. Gonna pay a visit to my doctor. It's a long shot, but I gotta try. She hands me a list of all the ailments I can have to qualify. Can't believe what I am reading. This is just what I've been needing. A government supply to get legally high. Weed card, that's what I need. Hardly ever okay, always. But it's not an addiction, cause my doctor gave me a prescription. You can get your card for having headaches, bad dreams, or anxiety, or testing for drugs or alcohol, anorexia or obesity. Too fat, too thin, either way you win. Carpal tunnel syndrome, color blindness, etc. range, and tooth decay, fatigue, depression, motion sickness, impotence, or TMJ. You can smoke to quit cigarettes or asthma or Tourette's. It's a dream come true. There's nothing hot can't do. Weed card, that's what I need. Hardly ever okay, always. But it's not an addiction, cause my doctor gave me a prescription. I'll bring it down now. Got back, baby. Mary Jane can't handle this. Need cannabis. Got a stomachache. Got a wake and bake. Have an injury. Need THC. Get puffed up for your hyperhidrosis, which is sweat and palms in case you need a diagnosis. It's not a crime, it's 420 time. Weed card, that's what I need. Hardly ever okay, always. But it's not an addiction, cause my doctor gave me a prescription. Got any pot smokers here at all? Jeez, is this a group outing? My God. I have a theory. I don't smoke weed. I have a theory. If your life sucks, don't smoke weed. Because when I was in college, I got high one time. And when I got high, everything slowed down. The last thing you need when your life sucks is to put that sucker in slow motion. And when you're sober and you're unemployed, you're unemployed. But when you're high and you're unemployed, you are unemployed. I say if your life sucks, drink, because if you drink, you might black out, and that's like a fast forward button. That's what you want. I like when I drink and black out, because the next day, I always feel like I'm in my own CSI episode, you know? Looking for clues everywhere I go. What the?
Taco Bell, Mountain Dew. Who the hell is that?
Look, if I teach you anything here, and I hope I'm teaching you a lot, it's live your life, you know? A lot of people, I smoke pot a lot. People are like, why? It's like, I like being confused, I like not knowing how long I've been standing somewhere. Like being like, how long have I been standing in line at this grocery store? How long has my arm been like that? When should I blink? Now? Blink now? Blink now? Blink now? Blink now? For no reason, blink now? Blink now? Back away? Don't buy anything? I like to get mad when I'm drunk and high and say things that don't make sense. And then get mad at people for not understanding. Like I went to this small drive-through chain in LA called Burger King. I was a little bit high, I was a little bit drunk, and I just said what I wanted, and it came out as, I want a burger with everything. And they understandably went, what does that mean? And I was like, everything? And they're like, what's everything? And I'm like, point to things! And put them on my burger, And they were like, lettuce? I'm like, yes, lettuce. They're like, tomatoes? I'm like, yes, tomatoes. They're like, French fries? I'm like, shut up, you could do that? Does your manager know? I was like, yeah, I'll take that. And then I got past the part where you order it before you pay and realized I've forgotten money. So I just drove off the line, rolled down my window and yelled, I have no money. And kept driving. In a 2002 Saturn. They don't know who I am. To them, I'm just a guy bragging about having no money.
On weed, I've tried to smoke. I don't know the law for real. Like I live in LA, and it's in that gray area. It's cloudy, nobody, because you can be high, but they can't watch you get high, and you can have some, but you got to keep your hand closed. Nobody knows what. Nobody knows. What's your hand? I ain't telling. I've tried. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't know who I am. Like I get paranoid. So I was like, but I do want to like get better at it because like it's cheaper. It's just way cheaper than drinking. And I was like, I asked my boy who has like a card, go to the dispensary, grab however much, and I was like, hey, give me some, and I get like $20, and he put some in my hand. I don't even know if it's the right amount because I don't know drug math. He put some in my hand. I was like, that's right. That's about right now. And so he's like, just home and just like, watch a movie, just relax, man, just let y'all relax. I'm like, all right, cool. So I did a little pipe. I'm like home, 20 minutes in. I'm watching Hunger Games. Man, let me tell you something. That is a different movie when you high, okay? I was like, oh my God, District 12 was going through it. And then when they killed Rue, not too wrong. It was, oh man. I was like, if you haven't seen the movie, they killed a little black girl, just say it. It's like, oh. But I'm on the couch, and I haven't even tried to smoke since like college. And so like I didn't know what was gonna happen. The symptoms started, my tongue just, let me tell you something. My tongue just disappeared. Mouth dried, my tongue disappeared, okay? And my mind was like, you should go to the kitchen and get some water. I'm like, that is a good idea of mine. And so I get up and immediately my knees like, we done too. And so now I'm standing, for some reason, both of my hands are in my pockets. I got both hands in my pockets. My knees are locked, my mouth is dry. My mom's like, go to the kitchen. I was like, I'm on my way. And I was like, and now let me tell you, your shoulder should never hit the floor first, okay? Not when you got two good hands for bracing, all right? Because you can't explain that bruise later. People are like, how did you hurt your shoulder? You're like, I was smoking weed. So I had to go right to the level. I was like, maybe, I'm gonna just try it again just because I'm about these deals. I need to save this money. And so, I got my water and I put it on the coffee table, and now I'm just laying out pillows. And my neighbor's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm getting ready to smoke weed. How do you prepare?
I had to quit smoking weed recently. So sad, I know. The worst part is I still want to hang out with the stoners. I still identify with stoner culture. Just because weed gives me panic attacks sometimes now doesn't mean that I'm not still passionate about sitting down. I may not be high all the time anymore, but I'm still gonna find a way to work aliens into the conversation. It's gonna come up. I don't care if we're at your baby shower. I've got theories. I may not be waking and baking before work these days, but I'm still gonna do a really bad job. At least I'm consistent. I feel like I'm more irritable since quitting weed. Everything annoys me now. Like, I hate when people ask me what my tattoos mean. Like, I'm supposed to know. That just gives me way too much credit. Trust me. The only thing that any of my tattoos mean is that one time I had $80. That is it. I promise you. I'm not a deep thinker. I got one brain cell left, and she's bounced around my soul like air hockey puck. Like the DVD buffering logo. It is peaceful up here. Got a nice breeze going on. I always admit their mistakes, man. Then we find all these Enron guys, all these CEOs robbing everybody down, man. I tell you, that stock market boy. That's what I got out. I got out the market. I called my broker. I was like, hey, put all my money in weed. That's a weed never goes down.
No kidding.
That's a real blue chip right there.
They smoke with everybody. I choose not to smoke with based on what kind of I got this white friend named Timmy. First time we smoked together, he pulled out some Lunchables. Messed me up because I didn't even know you could eat Lunchables at home. I thought you had to be in school to eat Lunchables.
And see, I'm a stoner. That's why I went to jail. Because the signs were there. They had my house under observation for a year. They had my phone tapped. They had a helicopter going over my house. They had undercover FBI guys or DEA guys riding up on their bicycles. And you could tell that, they didn't look like bike riders. Bike riders got a look. They know how to act. These guys are, had to jump off the bike to stop it. And then they're all gathered up in front of my house, and they're looking in there, and I'm in there making bombs. That's what I do. They're smoking pot. They called me over one time and said, what kind of plants are those? And boom. Yeah, that's interesting. So what are you making in there? Is it bombs? Oh, interesting. And then a few months later, he came knocking on my door. It was 5 in the morning, man. Knocking on the door. We'd been partying, so I obviously, I was the edge of the world. My wife woke up. Someone banging at the door. So I went down there. I looked, we got glass doors, and they're always open. We never lock the doors. You never find the key. The doors are always open, and you get these guys in their SWAT outfits and the helmets, and they got their guns. And being a stoner, I wasn't the least bit afraid. I wasn't not a dope dealer or criminal or anything like that. So I'm looking at these guys, they're looking at me. They look like trick or treaters, I was there. That's a nice costume, son of you. When I opened the door, they come busting in, and they said, we have a warrant to search your house and take your computers. And running around crazy. I'm in my little Speedos. It's kind of embarrassing because guys in the morning, we get a morning hard on. It doesn't mean nothing. It's just nature, right? But so I'm there with my morning hard on and my Speedos. And I forgot I had Speedos on. I forgot I had clothes on because now the rest what is this? I couldn't figure out what they were doing. Then they come up. He said, Mr. John, do you have any marijuana in the house? I said, yeah. Where is it? Every room in the house. He said, can you be more specific? Oh, there's some in my shop downstairs. It's a nice bud. Hawaiian. Just got it. So he sends a guy down there. I said, what kind of fucking DEA guys are you, man? And he had to fix him. He goes, oh, we don't have dogs. I said, that's another thing. How come you don't have your dogs? What the hell? Then my wife comes down the stairs. And she thought it was just going to be a television. She thought it was good. Look at the camera. And I had to tell her, we're being busted. She goes, well, for what? I don't know. And so I asked him, and he said, paraphernalia. What's that? Bongs. Oh, fuck. It busted me for bongs? Really? Apparently, there's one state in the union that made paraphernalia legal to ship across the state line, which is Pennsylvania, the home of the DEA. And apparently the DEA is trying to get my son's company, to sell them bombs, and they kept refusing to sell them to them because we knew that they were DEA. At least my son's company didn't. I didn't. So anyway, they finally came to LA in person, bought the bombs, and then they said, listen, we're going to go on vacation here and we do ship the bombs to us. We still wouldn't do it. So they had another cover guy go in and get a job in my son's company, and he shipped it. Because it's all documented. It's all filmed there. We had all the documentation. And then they've been following me for a year. And I was in Arlington, Texas one time, and they got the DEA camera on me. And it shows the workers in the headshot all wearing DEA t-shirts. And they kept standing next to the DEA officers. Wherever they go, they stand next to them. I still didn't catch them. Crazy. They're wearing headbands that didn't fit. I remember because they say, Mr. Trump, can we talk to you outside? No, they're hippies. Sure, go outside. They're backpacking the camera, you've got around so you can see anything. He said, now these bombs, they're not just for tobacco use only, are they? And I said, no. They're for pot. I said, can you repeat that? Yeah. They're for marijuana. Thank you. I still didn't know. You see, because when you don't do anything wrong, then I'll be honest. So I go to court. I think, well, fuck, I'll bust this, because he can't bust you for bongs, And I go to court, and then they sentence me on 9/11. 9/11. And that's when I start waking up. Hey, just a minute now. Why that date? And then Bush went on TV and said that, the bong industry has been supplying money to the terrorist organizations in the tune of billions of dollars. And I'm thinking, well, fuck, I wish I had got some of that money. Because we were in debt for $500,000 at the time, trying to keep the bong business going. So they sent me to 9 months. And I tried to talk my way out of it. But I get a stoner, man. I tried to explain to the judge that I'm really sorry and that I've been working with kids, trying to, keep them off drugs. Well, I've been teaching kids salsa. And the judge kind of looked down over his glasses, The judges with no rims on their glasses, that look, and they look over at you. And he said, salsa. And I said, yeah, well, and this is my theory, when you're dancing salsa, you can't get high. You dance at the same time. So, which in itself is a lie because I can get high and dance salsa. But I was trying, I was giving it a shot. Then I started thinking about it. I've never been to jail. It's kind of fun, man. And I've been prepping for this, all my life. Because when I was a teenager, 15 years old, I met this biker that he just got out of jail, never had no place to stay. And I said, yeah, you can just stay with me for a while. So he moved in and he gave me a biker, my OG tattoo, a jailhouse tattoo. Yeah, I was really proud of this until I found out in jail it's a white supremacy tattoo. Because the biker that gave it to me, he only knew 2 tattoos. And this was one of them. But I was going to get it changed, and my son said, "No, Dad, that's an antique. Don't fuck with that. That's classic." Next thing you know, I'm in that fucking jail. And I had one bad half hour. That was when I was treated like a celebrity. Vanity Fair sent a limousine to take me to. I walk in, they handcuff me, and just formality. And they apologize. I'm sorry, Mr. John, but we have to handcuff you. It's just a formality. And I walk in the door and I got uncuffed. That was the last time I had any handcuffs on. And then I went into the dormitory where I was going to be living. And this guy met me, took me to his locker and opened his locker. He says, "Anything you want, man, welcome to the Unit B." And it was a trip. Yeah, I'd like to go back to visit, but
All right.
This is fucking awesome. Walk into my house like, what up? I got some good pop. I'm just poked up, got some herb from the pop shop. Ice in the fridge, it used to be frosty. My friends like, damn, this is stone that's okay. Rolling in hella high, looking like it's dinner time. Dominating all my friends as I eat some chili fries. Drink through the snuggie with my girl sitting next to me. Probably should have had a big bowl full of iced tea. But shit, it was 99 cents. I'll be blazing and smoking, about to go and get some lunch. Snacks, passing up on those cracker jacks. Reese's Pieces of Rabbits. I gotta get me some soda pop. Cotton mouth has been creeping up. I can't remember where I put my keys. Yeah, that's what's up. I'ma take your grandma's ride. I'ma take your grandma's ride. No, for real. Ask me, Grandma, can I take your 65 to Bill Cruise it to my local Publix? Nothing better than rolling with Tootsie Reply chicks. They have frozen burritos. I bought frozen burritos. I bought some Ben and Jerry's, and then I bought some Cheetos. Hello, my main man Obama. A couple states have just reformed their laws on marijuana. What you gonna do? Send the feds there? Hell no. The DPAs will be like, they pay no.
I'm gonna smoke some weed. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunt, looking for a pot shop. This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna smoke some weed. Only got 20. I'm a hunt, looking for a pot shop. This is fucking awesome.
What you know about the science of marijuana? What you know about people suffering from glaucoma? They need it, it helps them with their condition. If you don't believe me, then just ask some eye physicians. Think your granddad for voting for that guy Richard Nixon is the president who made the plant illegal. But science is now showing that it's medicine for people, and the private sector's fighting to keep all of that illegal. Alcohol and tobacco, pharmaceutical prisons. I'll take those 4 major lobby groups and fight those motherfuckers. They're making money day and night, all those motherfuckers. And private powers out of sight, all those motherfuckers. They be like, oh, it's immoral and unhealthy. I'm like, how many people are you making wealth? If the marijuana lobbies are making all kinds of profits and they don't want you to stop because of all this special
special interest. I call that getting swindled and pimped. Shit, I call that getting tricked by the government. That law's hella old, so it's time to update it, regulate it, and then get it under state control. Peak game, look into my bulletproof telescope. Think it's gonna stay like this forever? Not hella won't. Not hella won't.
Mama, stop being a hypocrite. You used to smoke weed, fool.
I'm gonna smoke some weed. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm on looking for a pot shop. This is fucking awesome. Let's end the war on drugs. It's time to pull the plug. These special interest groups are nothing more than corporate clubs. Let's end the war on weed. The people have agreed. These special interest groups are only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hundred, looking for a pot shop. This is fucking awesome.
All right, welcome back to Weedsday Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Today is field trip day. So, yeah, we are watching some videos or listening to some videos just about comedy because it's fun. And that's just the state being I'm in at the moment. All right, so we just did that one. We're going to do another one just for fun. Here we go.
How many people in the house tonight high right now?
Ian's on Getting High. Netflix.
Was how much they scared us about smoking weed. They scared us about it constantly. And I've been on tour this year. Marijuana's legal in like 18 or 19 states in some form or another. It's insane. Yeah, well, all right, don't woo if you're white. It's always been legal for us. Come on, sir. We're gonna go zero for marijuana, you silly boy. When I was arrested with a one-hitter at a Rusted Root concert, I did not serve hard time. I think I got an award. 18 or 19 states, and by the way, I agree, it's a very good thing. But it's also a really weird thing, because this is the first time I've ever seen a law change because the government is just like, fine. Yeah? I've never seen it before. Like gay marriage and healthcare, we have to battle it out in the Supreme Court and be like, gay people are humans, and they're like, we'll think about it. With weed, it was just something we wanted really badly, and we kept asking them for 40 years, like, excuse me. And then suddenly the government became like cool parents, and they're just like, okay, here. Take a little. We'd rather you do it in the house.
Oh.
Kids, I buy them. I get high around too. People say you shouldn't do that, but they don't see it. They say you shouldn't be intoxicated with your children. Well, I'm not. I'm high. I call it elevated. It's a different thing. They don't. The people who have a problem with that, they don't understand what being high is. Like they think of like your kid, like, what do you think? What's the worst thing that can happen if I'm a little high around my kid? They're gonna get extra hugs, and daddy's gonna be paranoid about objects. That's it. Plus, I have cool conversations. I have a 6-year-old daughter, man. There's not a lot a 48-year-old man and a 6-year-old girl have in common, other than the fact she's my daughter. And so our conversations are normally pretty boring. But when I'm high, I'm like, you call that thing your baby, your doll. You call it your baby, but you know it's not a baby, right? Yeah, I know it's not a baby. But you call it a baby because you're the youngest and you like having someone who is responsible for you. Maybe. That's cool. Give me a hug. I love you.
She asked me to eat a 5-course meal that was cooked with marijuana. Yeah. Now, I am not a big weed person. I just look like a weed person. And I've never done edibles before because I don't eat green stuff. And so she asked me to eat this meal, and I was like, oh, I don't like weed, but I like food, so okay, I'll do it. So we're eating this meal, and I've never had a full joint before, and I'm sopping it up. It tastes so good, I keep forgetting weed's in it. I'm like, so good. And I'm just like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm like, let go, let God, let's see. Let's see. Just like, eating it. They're like eating like half their portions. I'm like, you guys are losers, come on! And by the fourth course, I look over at my friend Josh, who eats edibles like all the time, and he is sweating bullets, his eyes are red. He's like, I've never been this hot in my life. And I'm like, shit. Shit. Oh God, what is gonna happen to me? Oh, what's gonna happen? That, of course, does not keep me from eating dessert. They bring out the fifth course. It's bread pudding. Those are literally my two favorite foods, bread and pudding. Of course, I'm going to eat that. So I eat all that. The waiter comes over. I was like, hey, man, can I ask, like, how much weed do you think I have consumed in this meal? Like on a scale of Michael Phelps to Snoop Dogg. And he was like, well, let's just say you ate everything. I was like, let's just say I did. He's like, then you had about 5 joints.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
5 joint people! I've never had a full joint. I had just consumed 5 joints in one meal, and it hasn't hit me yet. So I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm indestructible. Maybe that's my superpower. And then all of a sudden, my right eyelid just slammed shut.
Oh my God.
Chelsea's dying laughing. She's trying to pry it open. It will not come open. I'm not convinced I'm gonna be like a pirate. I'm like, I don't need a pirate. I'm gonna have a patch. I don't have a cool story. I just have no self-control. I'm trying to open it. I don't have access to my hand. It won't reach up there. She tells me to like get up and go get some water. So I try to stand up and I can't walk. And for some reason, I think the best way to help with gravity is to walk like a pony. Like a calf just being born, walking like a pony. I'm like one of those sad dogs in the Sarah McLachlan commercial.
Oh God.
Adopt me! Adopt me! I lost all control of my body. I was like a senior citizen all of a sudden. Chelsea's so embarrassed. She's like, get her out of here. I'm like, you did this! You did this to me! You created this monster! I get in the car, we get home, it's like a 30-minute drive, and I think I'm passed out. I can't hear anything, because clearly I'm not talking. I get home, I'm passed out because I can't function. I called Josh the next day. I was like, dude, like, what happened in the car at home? Did I even talk? Like, he's like, literally for 30 minutes, every single house we passed by, you told us what year that house was built, what bedrooms it had, what the square footage was. Out of nowhere, I became a real estate agent. And you know what the best part was? I sold 3 houses.
One of my favorite things to do, I like to get very high right before I go to bed. Yeah. Like 50, 100 milligrams, something like that. Yeah. I know. That sounds like a lot of you weak as fuck.
Oh my God.
But the goal is to be high enough as I fall asleep that I'm still high when I wake up.
Oh,
right?
that's a goal.
And then my morning thoughts be genius. You know? And I did this a couple weeks ago, and I woke up and I just understood women so much better. Yeah, and I gotta have more empathy for women, because this is what I thought about when I woke up that morning. It's like, okay, imagine, sir. Imagine we live in a universe
Oh God.
where you born with just 200 nuts to bust. Think about it. Think about it. You've been walking around infinite your whole life. You ain't never had to count them. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never had to worry about running out. You need to have a lot more sympathy for women, right? Because they born with all the eggs they gonna ever have, right? And by the time they hit puberty, their body is destroying them shits. Every single month. Oh, nobody came in, you suffer, bitch. Suffer. You know? So every time you want to be like, man, this bitch crazy. No, she's hearing from the inside.
Oh boy.
And that's a big deal because they scared us about weed constantly. It would be on our sitcoms. We'd be watching Saved by the Bell. We'd be having a great old time. And then suddenly a character we had not seen before would show up with some weed and the episode would stop cold in its tracks. And they'd always hold the joint. The bad guy would hold the joint in like a villainous way. They'd always offer the joint in a way that no one ever holds a joint. Like it's a skull in a Shakespeare play. And now it's legal, and that is great news. Unless you're a weed dealer, and then it is terrible news.
True.
I just mean because they're about to lose out to Amazon.com. I more feel bad for weed dealers because they're about to find out that we only showed them a certain amount of politeness because they had an illegal product. We don't show that same politeness to people who deliver legal products. Like when the Chinese food delivery guy comes, we don't let him hang out after he's delivered the Chinese food.
Oh my God. Oh, that's
We don't
funny.
look the other way when he says weird shit to the girls we're hanging out with. Trying to preserve the relationship.
Oh my God.
And we definitely don't give him some of the Chinese food. Because they're like, hey, can I get in those dumplings? And we're like, yeah, we're all friends. I do have to tell you now, I don't drink anymore. I can't do it. The drink, like the hangovers are just too intense on my body. I don't like it. I'm too old for it. But then I moved to California where weed is legal. And everybody, as soon as I got here, they were like, no, Joel, like, all you gotta do is smoke some weed. Marijuana is the best hangover cure. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried this, but I have. And boy, is it like putting a hat on a hat. It is not a good remedy. No. I still had a splitting headache, and I felt like everyone was mad at me. So, not an experience I would recommend, I have to tell you.
I've never been fun. I've never been the life of the party. At best, I'm the faint pulse of a potluck. Like, that's all I've been able to achieve. I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I did start using weed this last year. You can tell because I said, you can tell because I say using like it's PowerPoint. Wow, I suck. I started taking edibles at night because I was having trouble sleeping. Some of my friends got too excited at first. They're like, oh, now we can get high and go see Spider-Man. And I was like, oh no, I only do that night. And they were like, wow, you ruined weed too. How did you do that?
Next thing I know, Snoop reaches under the desk and he pulls out the biggest blunt I have ever seen.
Oh my God.
Oh, this sucker was huge. As soon as he pulled out that freaking blunt, I got excited because I wanted to grab my cell phone. Okay? I wanted to grab my cell phone so that I could take a selfie of Snoop in the background being Snoop. So while I'm fumbling, trying to get my phone, Snoop starts talking to me again. Yo, Big Fluff. Hit that while I hit this. The second I went like that, all of the cameras in the room, red light, red light, red light, red light, red light. My publicist is like, no! My son is like, yeah! And now I'm being faced, bro. I'm being faced with a serious situation because, you know, I've talked about friends participating in doing stuff like this, but I've never openly talked about myself, you know. And now I realize that from this moment forward, people are gonna know what happened here with Snoop. So I started trying to find ways to justify it to myself. You know, if you're gonna do something like this on camera, you want it to be with Snoop. You want it to be with Snoop, Cheech and Chong, or Willie Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I know, the manager hands me a lighter, I light it, and I take a big hit. So listen, I'm doing my best to hold in all this smoke because I don't want to look like a punk in front of Snoop Dogg. I'm trying, I'm fighting, bro. It's hard, you know? The whole time Snoop is like, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. Fluffy going puffy today. I do not remember the rest of the interview.
We were put here for a reason. Because the amount of
Weedsday Wednesday. This is Sunday morning with Jane Polly and Cheech and Chong.
it was different. We were put here for a reason.
You bet.
Because there's a lot of stuff that's happening that technically should not have happened.
But somehow the planets aligned or something? Is that how you
Hi,
guys
Mama.
feel?
So that's exactly how we met. When we first met, we looked at each other.
What is it?
And we both had the same thought. What is this guy? What is his height? Is it biker, Mongolian, biker? What? When it looked at Chips, he was hiding from the law anyway. And so he wasn't moving, he was really, it was an acting class. And we were all looking at Chips trying to figure out what his nationality was.
What do you think it was about the two of you that clicked?
We have the same frame of reference. We like things in the past, music-wise, or experience-wise, or being bicultural kind of thing.
Have you found, as you guys have gotten older, that there's something to aging together that is special, going through this together?
Well, I'm always comforted by the fact that he's 8 years older than me. So whatever's going to happen to him is probably going to filter down to me at some era.
But on the other hand, I'm the guy with the good knees. Yeah. So I don't need a wheelchair.
I got better knees now. New ones.
New knees.
New knees. Knees.
New knees.
But the connection really was that we both would take chances. We love taking chances. We loved to explore. Loved to what he was. And he's ready, great. And I was ready for it. So we just played.
Can you explain, I mean, Up in Smoke was huge. Can you explain what it was like to be in the eye of that hurricane?
Well, it was different when they knew who they could see who you were, because before it was records of you, they could only hear who you were, and they didn't know who did what. It was just these two voices coming out of the speaker. When we got to movies, oh, that's Cheech and that's Chong, and then it got
didn't miss that up.
and the movies were all over the world at the same time, translated or dubbed or whatever it was. And so it was an international phenomenon at the same time. And now they knew who we were. We were driving down the freeway.
But Up in Smoke was phenomenal because it was shot for less than a minute and shot in less than a month.
And Warren Beatty actually came up to you, and what did he say?
He said, you guys have no idea. And I said, thank you very much, Warren, and you're not as dumb as you look either.
Well, it's funny that you bring up the dumb as you look, because it does seem like, in a way, you two have been underestimated. Do you think that's fair to say?
Oh, all the time, yeah. Well, we went against the protocol of movie making. See, movie making is the art of writing a story that's good enough to get people a lot of money, to invest a lot of money, and keep a lot of people employed for a long time, as long as the money is stuff in. Well, what we did, we eliminated a lot of the writing part, the script part, the director part, all these things, and we just, put the camera on it, we did our thing, and we got moved.
It was revolutionary.
And we changed the world. And that was more serendipity. That's what I look at. Because come on, I'm literally a high school dropout. I couldn't think. I tried to get my GED when I was in prison, and I couldn't. And they just cheat, just put it down. I didn't get got in prison for yeah, cheated. And that's really didn't help.
This is the thing, and you've said this, Cheech. You pretend, oh, I didn't get my GED. Pretend that you don't have smarts. But the truth is, you said it takes a lot of smarts to make a dumb joke.
Oh, yeah. Us, smart enough, and we were meant to go down this path. We opened a lot of doors for a lot of people. We got a lot of so many people. In as much as Arnold Schwarzenegger, he influenced me. I met him this. My whole plan in life was to go to Venice Beach and work on a boat and write poetry. That was my aim, and I did it. But and I've met great people all my career, my whole life. I've had interactions with some really super famous, great people. And I just come to the conclusion that we're one of them.
One of the great famous
people. There. And that.
The movie's titled Cheech and Chong's Last Movie. Is it?
You never know. You never know. Could be Cheech and Chong's Last Movie Part 1. Or it could be like Cher's goodbye tour. Yeah. It's the 14th annual goodbye tour. Who knows?
Who knows? Do you look at the future? What does the future look like for you?
Closer than well, I got a Tesla. I drive a Tesla. That gives you an idea where I'm at. And I bought one of the first Teslas.
So you're thinking about the planet. But as far as yourselves, what is your future?
Ourselves?
Yeah.
We stay together with my again, we try to break up. We got together and I wrote him a note saying, nice to see you, but I don't want to work. And my son intercepted it and put his own note in and said, hey, I want to work with you. And the next thing, and so, and just like this movie, my daughter Robbie and her guy Dave, we came to us about 8-9 years ago and said, hey, we got an idea for a documentary. You guys, you want to do it? We said, sure. Here we are. And it's supposed to be released. Trying to explain what we did. And it's good. That's bottom line. It's not, something like me, any kind of phony prompting. This is material that you can only see when you go to the movies. And it's about stuff that we forgot that we did what we saw. So it's so good because it's archival, But he's a collector and he collects stuff that in the future will be worth quite a bit because it's a one of a kind. And that's what we are. We're one of a kind.
You are one of a kind.
Actually, two of a kind.
Or two of a kind.
One of a kind for 2 days. The both of us.
Financially, you both have done really well. You made money and you held on to your money. Doesn't seem like you spent it too frivolously.
No, I didn't spend it frivolously. I just got married a bunch.
No, he spread the wealth.
I spread the wealth around.
You're
Yeah,
right.
spread it.
But the
Yeah.
truth is, you both could retire. I mean,
Sure.
financially, you're well off.
Yeah, but we don't want to retire. Like, everybody that I talked to that's retired wish they did. You know, but there's nothing to do. I sit around home all day and do nothing, and then the next day I do the same thing. They don't want to do that. And they want to be lively. They want to get out. Sometimes it's harder to get out, but they always want to do that.
No, I do a lot of cameos where people come to me for advice. And I tell everybody all the time, enjoy your own age. There's perks. If they leave you alone, enjoy that. Enjoy it.
Amen.
If you got your own television set because you don't understand or you can't hear their television set, enjoy it. Man, I got on YouTube and I got into some like sovereign citizen things and cops and all these weird things that the rest of my family would watch for 2 seconds. But me, I can go there for days and just stare at it because we have talent and we've earned the right to do that. You know, we've earned the right to sit on our butt and in the sun, you know. That's what Bob Hope did in the last of his years, you know.
There's some
Bob
friends
Hope
of
was
mine
like
that have turned 50 or they're turning 50, and they'll, what advice can you give me? I said, 50 is a perfect platform to stop and take a rest and look down the road from which you came that brought you to this place. All the things that you did and you together to arrive at 50, and be proud of yourself.
Ah, I say, be proud of yourself all along the way. Woo-woo. Weedsday Wednesday, folks. We'll continue that next week. That was a fun field trip day we had today with a substitute teacher. Always love that, substitute teacher day. All right, kids, wrapping up Weedsday Wednesday. Have an awesome day. Stay hydrated, stay cool. Make sure your animals are nice to each other. Those little beeps. All right. Happy Weedsday Wednesday. And as always, be smart, be safe, and educate. Happy Weedsday.